In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Monteverde Axis fountain pen. I'll go over the specs, I'll do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like, as well as giving you details for a giveaway coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out my channel. All right, let's get on with the review. This is the Monteverde Axis fountain pen. This is a new pen from Monteverde. This was very kindly sent to me by Neil from the Wasted Paper YouTube channel. Go check out his channel. He has a lot of great pen videos. I'll put a link to that in the description below, but he sent me this pen for a giveaway. I'll have details for the giveaway later on in the video, but I was surprised by how much I ended up really liking this pen, and I've decided to sell them at thepapermind.com. So these go for $44, and for Blake's Broadcast viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. Now, this is a new pen from Monteverde. It's a pocket pen made out of anodized aluminum. It comes in 4 different colors. This is the olive matte, there's a black matte, blue matte, and orange matte. And the design is just weird. I wasn't sure I was going to like it when I got it. You have this like sort of geared middle section, and then you have like this skinny like straight cylinder, and then a fatter straight cylinder here, and it's not like really proportional. Like this is shorter than this, and this is sort of like the biggest part of the pen. There's no finials. You do have this little indentation that goes around at each of the points there. There's like just a slight step down to those rounded ends. But what's really cool about this pen is it's magnetic. And if we look, you can see it says Monteverde Axis there in white. And this is the grip section. The nib is a number 5 Yovo nib. It is threaded. It's not branded here, but we can see it. This one is a medium, and it does have its little nice decoration, but I believe this is just the standard Yovo decoration for these number 5 nibs. So this is a cartridge converter pen. It does come with its own converter, which I'm using here. It's basically one where you pull it. So like instead of twisting it to move the plunger, you just pull this thing out. It seems to work really well. I have not tried other converters. I think it does need to be one of these smaller converters. It's possible the Kaweco one will work, but it doesn't really matter because it's included, which is really nice. You also do get 2 ink cartridges as well. Now, the way that this works is it is magnetic, so it snaps together. This geared grip section is very fat. This, I think, is the area where some people may love this or hate this. I found that it works really well. It also works well as a roll stop. Like it won't roll too far, like, you just bump this and it'll kind of stop and catch on those indentations in the grip section. It works really nicely, and it's fun to play with. I mean, some people may hate this sound, but I really, really like the way that this thing caps and posts. It's very fun. Now, with the finish, I've been using this pen for about a week, and I haven't noticed any issues with the finish being damaged, but I would think in time this will, wear a little bit, but I think it'll kind of have a cool patina. I'm not too worried about that. In terms of the seal on this pen, I've had 0 issues with it. I haven't left it for like weeks at a time, but 3 or 4 days without using it, no issues. It starts right away. There's no hard start or anything like that. So it does seem to have a very nice seal. Now let's do some measurements here. In terms of the length, it's 11 millimeters long, and then uncapped, I always use this capped because it is quite short. We're looking at about 10 millimeters. And then when it's posted, we're looking at about 135. So when it's posted, it becomes basically a full-size pen, I would say, and the grip section is very, very thick. In terms of the grip section, this might be a little bit weird to kind of try and get. I'll try to get it at like the flat points 14.2 millimeters, and then if we go to the rounded points, 14.6 millimeters. So that is a very fat grip section. You're not going to, actually, it's really not sharp to grip it down here. So if you really wanted to hold it close to the nib, I actually think you could do that. But I always hold it sort of right at the end of this geared grip section. And it's very comfortable. If you like a fat pen, this is actually a fat pen when you're gripping it. Now, in terms of the weight, it's 23 grams, and that is really not bad. I mean, that's kind of your typical resin pen, I would say. So it has a nice weight to it, but it's not super heavy. I mean, you definitely know that it's metal. Let's do some comparisons here. So here it is with a Kaweco Sport, just so you can see it's a little bit longer than that. It's definitely heavier than that. But what I think makes this pen so much better is you have a very large grip section here. So, versus something that's very skinny and small, you have a big grip section. So it sort of has the effect of, a larger pen and a larger nib just because you hold it back a bit farther. Here it is with a Lummi Safari. Here it is with an Aurora Optima Mini. You can see the Mini is actually a little bit longer than that. And then here it is with a Aurora Africa, which is basically just an Aurora Optima here. Definitely smaller than that. And here it is with a Mont Blanc 149, just so you can see there. So very nice size pocket pen. For the writing sample, I'm going to be using a Paper Mind Tomoe River hardcover notebook. These notebooks are excellent with fountain pens, and for Blake's broadcast, viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. This is the Monteverde Axis fountain pen. I don't know why I'm writing fountain pen. And this is a medium, and this is Aurora black ink. And we do some fast writing. Zero performance issues. I really like this nib. It's a medium. I would say it's on the finer side of a medium, but it's really smooth. I really have been enjoying this nib. Yeah, it's really smooth. Zero performance issues, no skipping in my experience. It writes really nicely. In terms of softness, you can get a tiny amount there, but again, it's, steel nib. You're not going to see any line variation really in normal writing. Reverse writing, this is pretty scratchy. It's definitely digging into the paper. I mean, you definitely have a difference in the line, but it's pretty scratchy, I think, for reverse writing. I probably wouldn't do that except for in, a real pinch. But overall, very happy with this pen. Love how smooth this nib is. It's just a delight to use. So, for the giveaway, as I said before, this pen was sent to me for giveaway purposes by Neil at the Wasted Paper YouTube channel. And so we're going to do a little bit of a cross promo here. The way that you will enter this giveaway to win this particular Monteverde Axis pen is you're going to go over to the Wasted Paper YouTube channel and one, subscribe to his channel, and two, make a comment in his Monteverde Axis video saying that Blake loves the Axis fountain pen. So that's how you'll enter. I will put details on the screen here for the timing. This is going to be limited to the United States. Now, if you do want to enter and you are outside of the United States, we would just ask that you pay for the additional shipping cost of this pen. So details will be on the screen here. What are my pros and cons for the Monteverde Axis fountain pen? Well, I really like this pen. The haptics of this pen are really nice. The anodized aluminum body feels great. I like this geared grip section. It gives you a big fat grip on a pocket-sized pen. So you basically get something that's, like a really nice sized pen, but it's pocket-sized. The sound of the way that this thing kind of slides in there with the magnets. It's a fun pen to play with. The number 5 Yovo nib is super smooth. It's threaded, so in theory you can change it out. It does come with a converter, all for $44. It's quite an impressive pen. I really was surprised by how much I enjoyed using it. Now, in terms of cons, I don't really have a ton of cons. I think there is a question as to how well this is going to hold up in time. I don't know how long the magnets will will last. I assume they'll last a very long time. I also don't know how well that the finish is going to hold up in time. So those are sort of questions that I have. But for $44, this is, I think, my new favorite pocket pen probably. It writes super nice. It's fun to use. So really, really happy with this for $44. Do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and until next time.